Wiz, man, what's up,
What's up,
Playboy?
man?
Wiz, gang, what up, gang?
What's up with y'all, man?
Man,
What's
welcome
up?
to the
Mike, Jay,
Untold,
Mike.
man.
Finally made it.
You made it to Untold.
Finally made it. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Busy man right now.
Yes, sir.
A little bit.
So, man, listen. For those that don't know, where you from, who you are, and some of your early accomplishments, and then we're gonna go to the backdrop of your story.
Okay. Well, I started with my brother. Tone Capone. My brother actually got me into music. He passed away a few years ago, maybe like 26 years ago. His birthday is actually coming up November 12th.
Okay.
I used to be breaking and all that, and my brother actually got me into rapping. He used to write all my raps at first. So he used to write my raps until one day he's like, I'm not gonna write your raps no more. Write your own rap. So I wrote a rap, he tore it up. This whack. I'm like, dang, you don't like it? No, write another one. Right. I wrote another one. He balled it up and threw it in my face. It's trash. I got so mad, like, yo, man, you been disrespectful. Like to the point I wanted to fight him or whatever.
Right.
So he's like, nah, like you just saying that ain't good. So then I wrote the final rap.
Okay.
And he was like, there it is. And from that day, it's like, all right.
Now, what age was that?
I probably was like, maybe, I want to say like 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, we had like a group back in the day. First it was Baby Black Posse.
That was your first rap
BBP,
name?
the first rap group.
Rap group.
BBP.
Okay.
Then we turned into Lyric Lords. That's when we got my old head Sheeb from down Grat Street, Gratz in Montgomery.
Okay.
Shout out Sheeb. Like he's the first person like that believed in us to spend some money on me and put us in the studio. So we did that, and it was like, you know how you be the neighborhood celebrity or whatever. You got a record out.
Right.
Then winning all them talent shows at school, at Gratz and Mansion, and I'm showing my age. The Uptown Theater. I'm showing my age right now.
Yeah.
But I ain't, I ain't ashamed of it. But
Nah.
You know what I mean? About to turn the big 5-0 this year.
5-0.
November 17th.
Hey.
I'll be in Club 50, man.
It's all good. You missed 50-year hip hop though. I made that.
Oh yeah.
50-year hip-hop.
Oh, you get bragging right.
Yeah. But
you get bragging
it's all
right.
good, though.
Yeah, that was a beautiful time, man. It was a beautiful time.
So you were going into transitioning to writing your own raps, becoming an artist, had a group.
Yeah.
Right.
From Baby Black Posse to Lyric Lords.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's go on that. Let's touch base on that.
So a lady Joe the Butcher, if you know who Joe the Butcher is, Joe Nicolo was the first person to ever record us. So, they had Rough House Records. So a lady by the name of Roseman.
Roseman was my buddy.
Roseman.
Roseman Pierce.
We was in talks about getting signed to Rough House. And she was very interested in it. So we kept going back or whatever, back and forth. But my brother died in the process. So that was the end of that. And then at that time, I ain't really want to do music without him.
This was like early 95.
Yeah, 90, yep. 90, my brother's like 6'6", 94.
Yeah.
Yep. He died in 94. And, it took a toll on me because I still wrote raps, but I ain't really want to be in it without him. So, I went to the streets after that. Like, it was like, I'm going to get this money, man. F rap. I ain't really care about it like that.
Okay.
So I went outside. You know what I mean? But still rapped. Still rapped like crazy. Up until a guy around my neighborhood, Fat Malik from up area, brought Gilly to me. He brought Gil to one of my spots that I was doing my thing at, and like, yo, they get ready to start this thing called Major Figures or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I could have been a figure, which is crazy, right? I could have been a figure. Like, Gil will tell you the story yourself. So Gil hit a rap, and then I rapped. He said, I thought you ain't rap. I thought you ain't really rap. I'm like, nah, I ain't say I ain't know how to rap. I know how to rap, but I just ain't, I ain't had a passion to like really take it like I was doing it with my brother.
Right.
And then my man, Bread, they had a group called PNB. And they was doing crazy shows with Steve Brody, Raw Silk, Daryl Schuler, when they used to do all those joints at, what's the joint down 7 from Arch?
Oh,
that club they used to be down there. But they used to do Gotham. They had the city on. They was doing it.
What was that, Club Flow? No.
No, it wasn't Flow. It wasn't Flow yet. It wasn't Flow yet. Something.
No, 7
from Arch, right where the Fed building is at.
Right.
So they
so many different names. I can't
they was
remember.
doing like major shows, and that gave me my spark back. Like thanks to Bread, Bread really put me.
You talking about Joe Bread?
No, Bread from down Grass Street, not Joe Bread. Rest in peace, Joe Bread too.
Joe Bread, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he got me back in it, and it was, yeah, I got that fire back, and then I just started doing my own thing.
What was, or when was, how can I question this? When and where did you, begin to link up with the Ramsquad before they was signed to Universal and everything?
So, Bread actually introduced me to Boy Backs.
Okay.
And there was a record called Northside. So it was a bunch of people from like the Highlanders, Shadacious, X-Man, Bread, Peanut. There's a bunch of people in the studio. So Bread like, yo, my man nice. So I knew Hill though from like just ciphers. Like I met Hill at the Y on Broad and Master, and we was outside, me, him, my man Butter. We was like just in the cipher. And I knew Hill already, but once I got introduced to Backs, that's how I got on the Regardless album. You feel me? That
Right, I remember that
the
one.
yellow tape with
Yep.
the blue ram on it, and I was on that song Northside. And me and Backs like got tight after that. We had start like linking up, got his number, he got my number, and ironically, my girl at the time and his girl was like this. So my girl like, come on, we going to my girlfriend's house for dinner. So we go over there, and it's Backs, and I'm like, oh wow. So it was different, man. It was different, but that's how I ended up linking up with Ram. That was the first initial meeting with them.
The initial meeting.
Yeah.
Now, when was it that they brought you in as a Ramsquad member?
Well, from that time, me and Bax used to be together like all the time, bro.
Okay.
We used to be together all the time, linking up, going in the studio, and they was working on the Regardless project, and in the process, Bank died. Yeah. Bank had got killed. Rest in peace, Frank Bank. And it was like turmoil around that time. It was crazy. But in the midst of that, when they still dropped the album Regardless, so like 100,000 independent, and that's when Universal signed them, and then they started working on that Random Access Money album, and then it was like we just all championed around them and went in the studio and just started knocking that stuff out.
So I'm gonna take you back to before the Universal signing.
Okay.
So it was Epi that got y'all the deal.
Epi.
My man Epi.
Rest in peace to Epi. That man was like a father to me, man.
Absolutely. It was a good guy overall.
We had the steak shop right up here.
The street, yeah.
Still in Washington Lane, yeah.
Absolutely. So
wow.
Epi had some stake in that.
Yeah.
With Universal, of course, because of his late wife.
Linda Creed.
Absolutely.
Who wrote some of the greatest records ever.
Right.
Ever. She wrote The Greatest Love of All.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote People Make the World Go Round. People make the world
Her catalog
go.
is extensive.
Like, she is like a genius. Her and Tommy Bell.
That's correct. Yep.
Like, so that was Epi's wife. So when we used to come into Epi's house, it was like a bunch of, she wrote I think I want to dance with somebody. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. She wrote a lot of Whitney Houston records. She wrote, "So I'm saving all my love." She wrote a bunch of records.
It's a lot of hits.
Yeah, so you know, Epi was like a different type of guy. Like Epi showed me class. Like,
Right.
you feel what I'm saying? Epi showed me like the other side of life.
Right.
Like, this is how you do it on this side. Like fine dining.
Right. He was that
Dressing
type of
well,
guy,
living well. Epi and my old head, Polo Joe.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Joe. He showed me how to like really put it on, but Epi showed me like the finer side. Like it was just different.
Grooming you for the next level of life.
For the next level of
You know what
life.
I'm saying?
It was so different, man.
But during that signing, you guys went on a crazy run.
Yeah.
With Universal.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all had what? Y'all had Trey Lee. I think I was dealing with the promo pack during that time.
Yeah, we went on a road. We went on a promo tour with Tracy Lee. We went from Boston to Miami. Crazy thing is Tommy and Bax had both got locked up during that time. Right? They both got locked up and I had to do promo runs for them. Me by myself. Damu Mtume was handling that run. Dang, all I keep saying rest in peace. He passed away too. Rest in peace to Damu Mtume, who played a big part in that Ram situation around that time. So he's like, yo, you gotta do it. Like, until they get out, you gotta do it. So I went on a promo run for them, and then when they got out, everything picked back up. So that was a crazy, crazy time, man. That was a crazy time. Let me tell you this crazy story about Ballers. How Ballers happened. Ballers, that was produced by Don Groove. We in the studio. Ty Dash comes in. Ty Dash was the A&R over at Universal. He comes in, he's like, yo, man, we need a record. We ain't got a record. So Groove in there, like, he like, what's this? And Rob Smooth was playing the keys. Rob Smooth is playing this. And then he played like a little bit, and then Groove defined it, but Groove had the beat and doing all this. Man, that was a crazy time. Ty Dash was like, this is the single. Come up with a hook, find a hook, and I went in there. I see nothing but gangsters up in here. I see nothing but ballers up in here.
That was you on the hook?
Yeah. That's me on the hook. That's me on the bridge. Let me do my thing. Y'all gonna know my name. I got so mad. I got so freaking mad at the video because Suave said it in the video.
Yeah,
that wasn't Suave.
The whole time I'm like,
that was me.
Wow.
I did the hook, the bridge, my verse. Like, the song damn near was my song. Wow. It could have been my song featuring them. If you really think about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did the bridge, the hook, and my verse.
I'm looking at Baller's video. I actually was watching it the other day. Guy that you talking about, he had the braids like that guy.
That's not him. He's lip singing that.
Right.
That wasn't shout out to Suave, that's my man. But that's not him. That was me, man.
Wow.
Like so Ramsquad, the group was Suave, 6ix9ine, Bax, and Tommy. Right? Me and E-Rex was affiliates.
Right.
We was Ramsquad affiliates. Like, but on that contract, it was them. That's who was the group. Like, if you see the pictures, you'll see Bax, Tommy, Suave, and 6ix9ine.
Oh yeah, it was 4.
It was only 4.
That's who you'll see.
But I do know that you was part of that Ballers record.
Oh yeah, like, and a lot, like I played a vital part in making that Random Access Money album. I was in that studio day and night. This is when Tommy and I got really tight. Tommy and I got really tight because him and Bax started beefing. Like, they started going through it. They beefing. One day we coming out of a show, Bax didn't show up for it. They start fighting, coming out the tunnel. They rumbling. Like, I'm talking about they getting it in. We coming up the tunnel, like, it was like crazy. When I say crazy, it was insane. So they would fight, and then it was like, I started feeling like, wait, man, I'm doing a lot of work not to be getting the money. I just had a son. So I'm like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be down with them. All right, this ain't it for me. This ain't it. I ain't making no money, and I'm doing a lot of work, but I ain't making no money. So that's how I started planning my exit. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Started doing my own thing. Went back outside, got me some paper, and started putting my own stuff out. Took myself on the road. One time I linked up with my homie Jeff, my old head Jeff, Squirt. He took us to like Pocono City, Maryland. We did shows. Like, we was just doing a bunch of stuff, like just separating myself. And then I got with EST. The Platinum Bound Studio was where we would go at to write. ES, myself, J.I. They had Ruggedness was there. Don Groove. I'm forgetting the two other producers. Stacks, Jay Stacks. Jay Stacks started doing the Eve show later on. But yeah, we would go there and write, like, and just do our thing. Like, that's why I started learning how to write. And then everything went downhill once Mo got indicted and Mo went to jail, then Platinum Bound closed. And then Rug ended up opening up Batcave, which is probably the most important piece to the new rise that happened in Philly hip hop. Rug doesn't get enough credit.
That's true.
Rug don't get enough credit, and Rug is very important to the hip hop culture in Philly. If you think about everybody that came out of Batcave that all did significant things, Meek Mills went on to be one of the top dudes in the game. Look at Gilly right now. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Look what I did with Empire. Right. It's a bunch of it. It's so many different people I could name. Look at Yaz. I hate what was going on with him right now. Like, it's sad. That's a sad thing.
What year are you talking about? When Rug, when Rug had
Rug
went together.
The first Batcave was like 8th and Shelton, so that might have been like maybe 99, 2000, maybe around that time. That's where the first Batcave was at. Like, okay. That's where Ape Gang. That's what I met. Ape Gang and a bunch of people. Like, it was just, Rug is that important to hip hop culture in Philly. There's no person who can like exclude him. Like, he helped cultivate who Meek Mill is. He helped. Like, I used to be in the studio with Meek like 12 hours a day. So he was on house arrest when Charlie had him. So I used to be in there every day with him, every single day. Every single day. That's like, but I already knew Meek though from around the way, like 18th and Berks. I actually met him when he was like maybe 7, 8, when he was living around the way. So I knew him. And I used to be outside on the corner on like maybe, 18th and Bavarian Berks rather. Okay. And then I chill off what I'm doing and go sit on the steps with his sister. Me and his sister was like really cool. So it's so much, man. It's so much history. Like, I could sit here and tell you like a gang of different stories. If you ask me anything, I could tell you anything from our era. So
back to Rug, the whole Batcave. Yeah. So Batcave went from an actual studio, and then it went to an actual radio station on the college campus.
Yes.
And then it went to...
Because of P-Funk. P-Funk is an innovator.
Right.
P-Funk is a different... So P-Funk is the guy that took us on the tour. Okay. That's how we met. That's how P-Funk got to Philly. P-Funk took Ramsquad on that promo tour. P-Funk got to Philly and never left. He got down with Platinum Bound. Then from Platinum Bound, he got down with Rug, and with the Batcave thing, they created Batcave Studio. And he never left Philly after that. He never left. P-Funk is another important part here to the rise of the new generation. Like P-Funk was important for Ramsquad. P-Funk was important for Gilly. P-Funk was important to Black De Niro, Meek Mills, Mont Brown. It's a bunch of people. Like the list could go on and on. Like P-Funk and ruggedness are super important. So P-Funk had the idea to do the radio show over at the college radio station.
Okay.
From there, they went to 103.9? That's what it was? Because it wasn't 99. It was on 103. So they went from there, but that was all P-Funk, the radio idea. P-Funk was like, let's take it to the next level.
Right.
He don't get enough credit either.
Now, at some point during the Ramsquad rise, it was a fall.
Yeah.
You know,
a terrible fall. Let's just put it this way. If they ain't do what they did, they probably would have went down as one of the greatest groups ever in Philly hip hop. If Tommy never did what he did, he'd have came home and became a legend. If Bax didn't do what he did, he would have been a legend. He could still probably perform right now because you can't take away from the music they did. You feel me? You can't take away from the music, but because they did what they did, it put a stain on them. I've been in parties at times like they'll play one of their records and they, I don't want to hear that shit. Turn that rat shit off. And it's like, damn. Those guys were so important to the culture here, to music culture. They were so important. But because of that element in the streets, and because they chose to go the other way, it just tarnished them, man. It tarnished them. It tarnished them forever. It ruined their legacy.
Yeah, I was at a show at Lou and True's with my man Serge.
Yeah.
He tried to put it back together with Bags and
yeah. Serge actually wanted me to come perform. I said, Serge, there's no amount of money in the world you could pay me.
Yeah.
I'm never getting on the stage with nobody like that. I just can't do it. My integrity. You feel what I'm saying? I can't speak on anybody else, but my integrity, the rules I follow, I ain't in the streets no more, but the rules I follow, they ain't how I get down. They ain't how I get down. I stopped speaking to family members over stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Respect.
If you go that way, there's nothing. Like, even when Hill came home, he was mad because I couldn't be, and we was tight, but he was mad because I can't deal with you. At the time, I was knee deep when he came home. I'm knee deep. I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. You know the rules. Like, certain guys, like, the old way of thinking is, if you go to the feds, no, you can't call me if I'm still outside. No, I'm not talking to you. I see you when you get back. So you think I want to talk to you and have the feds have our conversation on the phone while I'm still outside? Now they looking into me? No. If you play the game, you should know the rules. If you don't know the rules, don't play the game. Don't play the game.
After everything went down, Boy Bax got on camera, pretty much said, his part of the story.
Yeah, that he set Tommy up.
Yeah. How did that, did that affect the hood? Did it affect the name of Ramsquad?
That cemented it to me. That cemented it. Like, we can't look at them the same. Like, if you know who Bank was. If you know who Bank was, if you know the G that he was, the man he was, that man probably rolled over in his grave looking at that. That was a stand-up guy. Like, when they talk about boss of all bosses, Bank was that. Bank was that. Bank was known, he was from Richard Island, but the city knew Bank. The city, like, watching that, I was like, damn, it'll never be the same for them. It'll never be the same once I saw that. Once I saw that, I was like, it'll never be the same, man. Ever. And look at it, it's never been the same. I went on to do different things. I'm doing phenomenal with music.
Right.
I done did incredible things. You feel me? Once I got away from them at the right time, I'll say. I got away from them before the fall. Cause I seen like, all right, this ain't going nowhere. I ain't making no money here. I'm gonna go this way. And that's when I started going to Batcave, and I wrote for 2 years for free. I was writing people hooks, doing their hooks for them for free. 2 years. Like, I'm gonna get my skills up.
When Tommy came back to Philadelphia at one point, one of the stops that he made was to the Batcave Radio with P-Funk.
Oh man, that was crazy.
And when he went up there, he was going at Beanie Siegel. He was going at Oskino.
Yo, Oskino called up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Did that remotely look right on his behalf?
No, it's like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like if you know you did something, like you can't smack me and say you ain't smack me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you smack me, dog. I'm smacking you back. Like, you can't expect for no type of repercussions. Like, you saying stuff, you doing stuff, you out here running. And I don't really be speaking on that stuff that much, but it's like what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You feel me? Like, that, I can't front. Like, that was a person I had a lot of love for. I had a lot of love for Hill until he did what he did. Even when he did what he did, I got love for you, but I can't talk to you. I gotta. You ever see what's that movie when he's like, I gotta turn my back on you? What's that movie?
Oh, you're talking about
Not New Jack City. It's a mob movie.
It's oh my God, it's my favorite one.
Yeah, he
gave him $3,000.
Gave him $3,000. I gotta turn my back on you.
Yeah.
It's like
that Casino?
No, it wasn't
not Casino. Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Yeah.
It's like, I gotta turn my back on you.
What he did too.
It's like,
You know what I mean?
I got love for you, but now I gotta turn my back on you. And I never talked to him again. I never talked to him again when he came home. When he came home, I ended up going to the studio that he was in. And I looked at him, I'm like, it was a studio on Girard Avenue. And I was going in there to go lay a verse for somebody. I forget who it was. And I seen him, I'm like, you home? Because it shocked me. I'm like, you home? He's like, yeah, what's up, man? Like, we got to get back together, da-da-da-da. I'm like, no.
Now, at that time, did you know that?
Yeah, everything was already, it was already out that he did what he did. But I didn't see him until I went into that studio. And I'm like, nah, bro, we can't do nothing. There's nothing we could do. Boom. And then I did this song called Rat Killer. I did this song like, no, it's called Shit Talking. And I said, I ran shit, so please stop asking me about ram shit. I say that in the song. So he took offense to it. And I seen him one day, like out the side of my eye, I'm riding down 18th in the Parkway at the Four Seasons. He's right there. So he's running up on my car. Like, what's up? So I'm like, what? I pull my car over. We start talking, but we arguing in front of all these white people in front of the Four Seasons. I'm like, it's whatever, dog. Like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you. We arguing like crazy. So they called the cops. I jump in the car. Boom, I peel off. That was the last time I seen him. We argued like crazy. Like, he was mad because I couldn't. I'm like, like, if you in the street, you understand why I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. Like, at that time, I'm like, I'm still outside. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still outside. Like, you think I want to fuck with you? You gonna fuck my thing up. So I was like, no. So that was the last time I saw him. The very last time I saw him.
So rumors were saying that when he came back, you know, he was staying more so downtown around that Four Season area, but he was trying to get, you know, other people to do his work for him, and you know, go find him some food and all that old crazy stuff. So he's really hiding out, trying to hide out in the city.
He should have never came back
He
here.
should. I mean, yeah, that's what we heard. Like he
He shouldn't have came back. He whatever happened.
He said it was his city, man. He coming back. He ain't hiding from nobody.
But it was a different city. You feel me? I wasn't the same old me. I was a different me when he came back. Like I'm him at the time. Him, like I'm really him. Like I got soldiers and everything. Like I'm him at that time. Like you can't talk to me a certain way. You can't at that, you know what I'm saying? At that time, it's like, no. You feel me? I'm thankful and I'm blessed that I changed my life. But around that time, it wasn't a good time. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't a good time, bro. It really wasn't a good time.
Before that time, you and I had a conversation years back. I don't know if you can recall. We used to talk on the phone about your career, what you wanted to do, and I said to you, you know, from my company as in management at that time, Starbright Entertainment, I said to you, you gotta pursue what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? I can recall some of the conversation we had, but it was so many years right before you hit that peak.
Yeah.
And I knew you was gonna hit that peak because you was very passionate. Do you remember going through those struggles of whether you wanted to be an artist or whether you wanted to stay in the streets? Because we had those conversations.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna thank Charlie Mack, right? I'm gonna thank Charlie Mack. He, at the time, he probably saved my life.
Right.
Charlie probably saved my life, bro. Like, we don't really communicate like we used to right now. Like, we don't really see eye to eye like we used to at this present moment. But I'll never forget what that man did. That man told me, if you leave the streets alone, I'll help you. I left the streets alone, and I made a serious bag with that man. The same week, I left the streets alone. You feel what I'm saying? Then he was like, all right, this is what we doing. This is how we moving. I got this lined up. And he just kept making me money. Like, I'm like, because at first I'm like, man, Mac, you know how much money I'm making right now? I don't know. And then, like, you know, it got hard for me. It got hard, like super hard. I was damn near homeless. Nobody ever know this. This is the first time I ever said this. I was damn near homeless. And Mac was like, you're gonna be all right. And stuff started happening. And Yaz's mom brought Yaz to Charlie. And Charlie came and got me and was like, what you want to do? I started writing for Yaz, like, killing it. Like, that's why it makes me mad to see what's going on with him right now. Like, I can't believe what I'm watching.
Right.
I can't believe what I'm watching. Like, for you to flip that way and turn like you doing gay porn and like, what is wrong with you, man? No disrespect to anybody gay, but it's just like,
because it was him.
It's a kid I watched from a baby grow up. So it's like, and then like the mental issues that he have. You feel what I'm saying? I know he had mental issues. Like, he ain't all the way there. So to watch all this happening, it's like, all right, where all the people that was around when the money was around?
Right.
When he had the highs of highs, where everybody at?
Now, exactly how many songs you produced or wrote and things like that?
For Yaz?
Yeah.
The last time I counted those songs, because I still got the songs, I did like almost like 160 something songs on Yaz. Like, keep in mind, we lived in Sigma Sound Studio. We wouldn't go home. There was a shower in there. There was a hotel next door, so I would get a room next door. You know what I mean? So we would really work. Like, I could play you one of the records we did right now, bro. It'll be like, you'll be like, what? It's not, it don't sound dated. Then here go a crazy part. About 2 summers ago, Charlie brought him back because they was getting ready to put an album out on him. It was crazy. We did 32 songs in 7 days.
Wow.
32 songs. Like, I got a chemistry with him. And then my team, The Ring, like, we just a different type. We just a different monster. Right. Dilemma, Carvin, Yanti. You feel what I'm saying? Deshaun, Range, myself, Lenny, Lemire, Lamar. Like, we got a monster crew. There's nothing we can't do.
Yeah, y'all chemistry is crazy.
Like what we got going, like, if we could bring it up to the present, because the past is like, everything in the past is like, I just passed those people, like, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like the incident with Jussie Smollett is the reason that Empire is no longer on air?
Disney bought Fox. And I think Disney didn't want that type of show because all of Lee Daniels' shows got canceled. If you think about it, Star, Empire, I don't think Disney wanted it. And Empire numbers wasn't bad. The numbers wasn't bad. Like that show was an anomaly. You feel me? That show was getting Super Bowl numbers every week. You feel me? With the viewership. So I don't think what Jussie did, even though it was stupid, it was the stupidest thing ever. How you gonna do something like that and I think people gonna find out? Like, almost everybody from that show had some type of ordeal or something happened.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Yes. Jussie. Taraji had a little incident, but Taraji just a different animal. I understand Taraji's fight though. Like, pay them. Pay them what they worth. Taraji's a great actress. Pay her. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care if you, and they might get mad at me. I don't care if you Oprah, Tyler Perry. Yeah, cool. You are our people. You are the gatekeepers. You are our people. You the ones that we look up to. You don't want to treat our people right? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to do our people right? It's us. It's us. Like, you don't want to treat your own people right that's helping you. You know these people worth the money. Taraji's a great actress. Even the situation with Monique, but Monique probably went about it the wrong way. Like, a lot of times, our people don't understand business. Like, it's business. You can't go into business with the nigga mentality. And I hate to say that. You can't go into business, corporate business, doing nigga business or talking like a nigga. Talk like a black person. Talk like a queen. You feel me? It's the difference between a nigga and a black man, a nigga and a black woman. You feel what I'm saying? Even though they're going to look at us like the N-word. I hate to say that word sometimes, but I'm just giving it to you how they going to view you. They going to view you that way. Here come these niggas. They're going to come in with this nigga business. But if you go in there with a upstanding black man's approach, a upstanding black woman's approach, handle your business correctly.
Right.
You get what you negotiate. You feel what I'm saying? You get what you negotiate. So some people just take the first crumb that falls.
After the show, did it affect you financially, or did other doors open up at that?
Other doors open up. I was super up. I was landing. So one thing when you're doing shows like that, right? What happens is everybody and their mom come to you to do music. Like, I developed a relationship with Timbaland. Timbaland was letting me go to Virginia and use his studio. So I was using Timbaland's studio at times when I go to Virginia. I met up with a guy by the name of Mike. I forget Mike's last name. But he had this dope clothing brand called Toy Society. And when I tell you the shirts was like, it's like a high-end t-shirt line for sneakerheads. They come in a toy box. Super dope. So I was meeting people like that. I was meeting people that had that virgin Indian hair, about to bring barrels of it over here. I was meeting like different artists, like millionaires and billionaires who had kids. Like, oh yeah, how much you want for this? I'll pay you 30,000, 50,000. I'll give you this. Like, so I was making money like crazy. Even when the show stopped. When the show stopped, I formed my own company called Bipolar Media. Well, during that time, I formed Bipolar Media with my man Darius Coleman and Rico. So we formed that. Once we dissolved that, like we was killing it. We dissolved that, then before we became The Ring, we formed a company called Crew. And then Carvin came to Deshaun and was like, yo, can you get a group of guys together so we could change music? That's our mission. We want to change the narrative in music.
Okay.
And because there's too much negativity in music right now. It is too much negativity in music.
Do you feel like, speaking of the negativity in music, do you feel the female artists of today's hip hop, just general, every genre, do you feel that they're carrying the correct example for the young kids?
So here's what I'll say. We had Lil' Kim.
Right.
We had Foxy. We had Queen Latifah. We had Missy Elliott. We had Lauryn Hill. Right? So it was room for all of them to be noticed. Right now, you have Cardi B, Sexy Red, Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion. And this is before like Nicki. I ain't talking about Nicki and them, because Nicki and them still was super dope, rapping about something. They might rap some other stuff, but right now, everything is the same. Every message is the same. You feel what I'm saying? Pop this, F that N-word, F this person. We don't need this. We doing this. F a B. Like everything is the same. It's like promoting horror culture. I hate to say that, but it's like promoting horror culture. It's like, so you don't see no good in a dude? And even with the dudes that rap, you don't see no good in a female? Like, I don't want to be around a bunch of dudes all day. But when I hear songs, me and my niggas. Like, you want to be around your niggas all day? I want to go live with my woman.
What happened to the love in hip hop?
We don't own the culture. That's the problem. That's why there's no love in hip hop. This is why the ring right now is what we're doing right now, and we having success. We got 2 number ones with the same artist, right? Yeah. Singing about love. About love. Like we just completed his 2nd album, which is amazing. Guy by the name of Jay Brown. You feel what I'm saying? So if I could pinpoint where the love got missing at in hip hop, the love got missing when other people control the narrative of hip hop. That's not like us. Like a lot of people get mad at Dame Dash. A lot of what Dame Dash says is true. There are culture vultures. They pick our culture apart and create and paint these narratives that have black men and black women going at each other. It's an agenda to me. It's an agenda. You feel me? But until you get people that want to change that narrative, and until we own the culture, the narrative won't change. We got to own the culture. We don't own the thing that we created. You know how crazy that is? We don't own our culture. And another thing, and people might get mad at me for saying this, and y'all might get a lot of crap thrown at y'all for me saying this. Do you know the only culture exposed culture destroys? Our culture. Exposed culture is killing our culture. If Diddy did wrong, let Diddy suffer what he got to suffer. Right? Whatever he got to suffer, go ahead. Get your punishment. But the way they're using our own people to destroy our culture is ridiculous. And we so crazy and stupid that we just back them. We just back them. Like, if you can't see the agenda, I'm not taking up for this man, because I'm not a fan of what he did. And everybody knows that's in the industry knows how that man gets down. But you also know not to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to stay. Curiosity killed the cat. I'm gonna leave it at that. You feel what I'm saying?
Today, rappers are dropping like flies. It's a thing, it's an ongoing thing that not only they're dying, but they're going to jail. You got Young Thug. You have now currently Little Durk just got arrested.
Yeah.
His own man wore a wire. Placed him in the feds. They said they got 2 years of wire on Lil Durk and other people. So you just got indicted.
It's an agenda, man. And here's where these guys got to smarten up, right? You fight your whole life to get out of a certain element. Why do you feel like you have to prove to that element that you wanted to escape that you're still a real one? I don't give a fuck about being a real one. I don't give a fuck who say I ain't a real one. I'm a real man, though. I'm more of a real man for escaping what I've escaped than going back trying to prove, like, those same people are gonna be there. They just want to pull you down with them. If you like, you are the thing that can help all of them get out of it. You just provided a whole platform, a whole business to give him a job, her a job, him a job, her a job, him a job. But you still feel like you have to prove, and only our people do this. Only black people do this, bro. And it's sad and it's sickening. And it makes me sick to my stomach. Why do we have to prove that we are still real, or like we still could go to the hood? I don't give a fuck about going to the hood. I don't go to my hood now. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I got friends there. I see y'all outside of there. I don't give a fuck who say, Wiz ain't real no more. Wiz don't come to the hood. No, I don't. You feel me? My son grown, he 23, but I want to see my daughter get grown. You niggas ain't gonna pull me back down. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know what I escaped, and I know my temper. I know my temper. I don't want to go back there. So when you got guys like Durk and people that's close to you, like, that's why you got to separate yourself, man. You got to separate yourself, because those people don't mean you no good. It's probably the main ones telling you, oh, man, that shit ain't real. You ain't no real nigga no more. That money changed you. No, the money ain't changed me. The money changing you. The money's supposed to change me. The money is supposed to elevate me and take me somewhere else.
Right.
The money ain't meant for me to be here in the slop. I don't want to be here no more. I've been in the slop my whole life. So when them guys is like putting that stuff in your head, that's like it's a self-esteem problem, man. It's a low self-esteem problem. Like, you can't care what people think. And it's an agenda. Like, anytime they get ready, they could take us down. As quick as we rise, like, just look at, I hate to keep using Diddy, but look at, you had everything.
Everything.
You had everything in the world.
He had a 30-year
run. A 30-year run, bro. You beat the East Coast, West Coast situation. You beat a shooting and all kinds of, you dodged so many bullets.
Hey,
what is wrong with you, man?
That shooting, I don't know.
So it's the shooting's coming back?
The
one with Sean.
Yeah, Sean somebody made a documentary about it.
About the shooting.
Sean saying he took the case for them. That's what we heard.
Well, if Sean took the case, that's on Sean. Right? So you can't bring it back up because you already convicted someone for it.
Right. But you know, Sean was young.
I get
Brazilian.
I get it. I hope
he's Belizean.
I hope Diddy looked out for him. I hope
they didn't. This is what Sean he's saying out his mouth as a grown Sean saying. Yeah. He didn't look out for me.
That's a bad joint. So you know what they say about karma, then, right?
Well, this could be Diddy's karma. However,
this could.
Now the controversies get ready to start because somebody's got a documentary that's coming out with Sean.
That's crazy.
All of that, so.
You know what's crazy? You know what's super crazy? So from the Diddy situation, now they trying to bring all these other people in, like all these like. So when the other people just got arrested, it's a different type of language that they're using. It's with Diddy is like freak offs, all this crazy stuff. They naming all these names.
Nice little keywords.
Yeah. So with the other people, the two white guys that just got arrested, it's like sex trafficking. They did inappropriate sex. They
African.
No, African. Yeah. So they watering it down. Right? And they got bail. They got on bail.
Of course. Look at the persuasion that they are. What you thought?
I just want to show people, like, I be having this debate and this conversation all the time. If he's wrong, he's wrong. Accept your punishment. Yes, punish him for this, especially if he did something with kids.
Right.
If you did something with kids, you deserve everything. I don't tolerate that, bro. But as grown adults knowing that you're going, everybody knows, bro. And then now all these people want to come out and speak about it, but you already knew. So you might go to jail too because you knew.
So that's almost as equivalent to the Bill Cosby situation. They were grown, they knew, right? But he had to go to jail.
So it's signs of the time, right? Here's what happened.
Right.
Quaaludes was the drug of choice at that time. They were getting high off Quaaludes, right? You come get Bill Cosby after 30, 40, 50 years. Y'all getting high, popping Quaaludes, having sex. That's what went on back then.
Exactly.
Now, if he took something from one of these ladies, if you took the pussy, you deserve whatever you get. Because I don't think nobody should deserve that type of treatment. You feel what I'm saying? However, it's like just think about like the Bill Clinton situation for 1 second, right? This woman saved a dress with semen on it for years. For years. Who the fuck keep a dress for years with semen on it? With that man's DNA on it? Are you kidding me? So if you can't tell me some of this stuff ain't designed. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me some of this stuff ain't designed. It's an agenda, bro. It's an agenda behind it.
Former bodyguard for Sean Puffy Combs, Gene Dill. He's been on a promo run on multiple platforms exposing Diddy, his activities while he was present, on a payroll.
Guess when he did it? After he got fired. And guess what's going to happen to Gene? Gene's going to jail because you were there and you didn't do anything about it. And you saying that you knew that these things were happening. So they're coming to get your dumb ass.
Yeah, you implicated
Stupid, you're dumb. You're going to jail too. You implicated yourself. You are going to jail because you knew exactly what was going on. And you said out of your own mouth that you knew what was going on. So you're going to jail. He's going to jail too. He's going to get locked up.
I guess that's why Stevie J is not saying nothing.
Stevie J ain't said a word.
He ain't said a word.
He ain't said a word.
I mean, from, because you explained that when Tommy did and Boy Backs did what he did, you had to step away.
Mm-hmm.
Even before knowing what they did, you in the feds. I can't talk to you.
I can't talk to you.
So do you feel like in this Diddy situation, when it comes to guys like Jay-Z, Steve Stout,
They not like, yeah, because so one thing about Hov from the streets, right? Just think about it. Steve Stout ain't from the streets, but Steve Stout is a smart businessman. And they all know, anybody knows the Fed's phones are tapped. Excuse me. The phones are tapped. Do you think Jay-Z's gonna talk to you? You think I'm excited? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If I know I'm like
jammed up.
Yeah, like I'm not talking to you, even if I ain't jammed up, right? Even if I ain't jammed up, I ain't giving these crackers no reason to poke into me for nothing. I don't have to be jammed up, but I ain't talking to you while you're in the feds. I could be squeaky clean, but I ain't giving nobody no reason, especially not them people, bro. Especially not them people, bro. Them people do what they want to do. If they feel like they got you, they coming. The only reason why they ain't go get all them other people that they said, because they don't have enough evidence on them. But when the feds got you, they coming. Everybody know that.
They denied all of his bail hearings until next year of, what is it, March? May. I'm sorry, May.
On purpose.
You know why? Because he did the smart thing. Like all the people that's trying to sue him. What you gonna sue? He don't have nothing in his name. Did you know that? Bad Boy ain't even in his name.
Right.
May said everything is in his mom's name.
Everything. He like, what? And you heard on the phone call what they gonna get. I ain't worth nothing. Even the Ciroc stuff, all the money he was making ain't in his name.
Right.
It ain't in his name. So what y'all gonna do? You feel me? Like I don't get it, man. Like they thought because he paid Casio. I know why he paid Casio, because he knew them tapes and stuff existed.
Right.
Them tapes from the hotels and all that. And you know what you did to that lady. You beat the blood off of her. You beat the skin off of her. You probably felt sorry and felt bad, like, you know what? I did her dirty. You feel me? So he probably like, I'm gonna just pay her now because this is gonna come out. This is about to come out. But what it did was open up the floodgates.
Right.
It definitely did.
It opened up the floodgates for everybody to come at him. Like, and me personally, I don't feel sorry for nobody that do wrong. If he did wrong, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm just looking at another agenda. Like I keep trying to tell people.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah, the only culture that exposed culture is destroying is our culture. And black people are helping expose culture, destroy us. Like when all that Me Too stuff was going on, right? Bill Cosby, all these different, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, people already knew, right? So why didn't the parents go to jail that took them girls there to R. Kelly? Why didn't they get arrested?
Because isn't that considered sex trafficking?
Yes, you took them there. You took them there. Why didn't they get arrested? It's baffling to me. It's mind baffling to me. Like why?
The 5 off for 7 in Heaven. Remember that show?
Mm-hmm.
He was, he actually went on a show, I believe it was 60 Minutes, and he confessed of molesting kids. He did no jail time, and they also still to this day play that show on certain streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's a double standards?
Yes. It's definitely a double standard. Like, I'll give you one better, right? So, it's a lot of women that's implicated in certain things, right? A lot of women that's been messing with young boys and grabbing young boys when they're 17 and 18 and sometimes 16. They sweep it under the rug. And not until, if you don't have a complexion for the connection, they're going to do something to you. And if you got too much power, if you have too much power and too much influence, it's almost like, nah, this nigga getting too big. He's speaking something that we don't want other blacks to get a hint of. If other blacks start thinking like that, society as we know it is going to shift and change. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just different, man. It's just different. Like I pay attention to everything.
So it's a guy that's on YouTube. He blew up pretty much overnight. He was a activist. He spoke in the community. He also passed certain laws where he's from. He go by the name of Charleston White.
Charleston White.
He say a lot of
outlandish
things. Shock, bring a lot of shock value, to whatever platform he's on.
I don't like what he said about Gil's son though. Like that like I'm gonna keep it funky, right? I watched Gil's sons from a baby. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I'd have been around Charleston White or ran across that man, I don't know how I would have reacted to him. That's a kid I loved. That's a kid that would text me, yo, I need to run up on you, pull up on you, let you check this music out. Like I knew him, like box with him, slap box with him, like as kids, like the type of father Gil is. Gil would have his kids around, and his kids was always around us. So it's like saying something like that, man. I don't really got respect for dude. Like, you know what I mean? Now, some of the things he say, even though I don't have respect for him, I can acknowledge, like, okay, I see your point here. But once you cross that line about a man's child and you talk like that about somebody's kid, bro, like you deserve pause put on. I'm sorry. Like I don't know how I would have reacted if I'd have seen him. Like Gil's like a friend of mine, like a close friend of mine.
Right. And
his son was like a nephew to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really like a lot of stuff that dude says, especially that one particular thing.
Also, YouTube personality Hassan Campbell. He also, had his feud on the whole Gilly situation, with his son. And he actually doubled back. I guess he found out that Gil was, Muslim. They both Muslim.
Yeah.
And then, he pretty much, extended, an apology to Gil.
Yeah.
After, he went on a...
But why speak on that? Like, why speak on a man's child? Like that man just lost his kid. You know what that man probably feeling? I don't want to experience that. You know what that man is feeling? He just lost a child, and y'all speaking on him losing a child, like out of terms, and saying that's a part of the Illuminati and all this craziness. Like, are you kidding me? Saying all this craziness like he sacrificed his son. Like, come on, man. These dudes speak out of terms, man, and I don't dig that kind of stuff. Like that ain't being a man to me.
Yeah, I think some of them, go too deep.
It's a clickbait thing. Y'all want clickbait? Get it. Go do something else. Right. But don't play with nobody's kids, because you play with my kids. Like all bets is off. You say anything about my children, you play with my children, all bets is off. I'm going to forget that I am Wiz Gamb, this entrepreneur and this positive, peaceful man that I am. If you play with my children, all bets are off. You're going to get the old me then. And whoever know, if you know, you know. The old me, you know I'm coming, and ain't nothing can stop me. There's nothing that can stop me if you play with my children. Do not play with my children. That's a very sensitive thing for me. Like, I'm like a hands-on father. I love my kids. I love my daughter. I love my son. They my babies. My son, 23 years old. I still kiss him on the forehead. Get over here, boy. You feel what I'm saying? They my babies. Do not play with a man's children. Like, real men, you can't play with their kids, man.
Right, exactly.
You can't play with their kids.
What he did was foul.
It was super foul, man. You don't do stuff like that.
He should apologize. He should apologize.
Well, Charleston White issued an apology. I seen him issuing an apology, which was the man thing to do. It was a very manly thing to do, the apology. But what would make you just initially just start going off like that, talking about someone's kids? Like, it's either you ain't wrapped too tight up here, or you don't got no kids of your own, or you don't know what that feels like. Like certain things you just shouldn't speak on, like especially a man's children, especially their deceased children. Like I got a whole nother respect for Gil, Oskino, and Freeway. The strength that those three brothers displayed losing their children like that. Freeway lost his kids back to back. Oskino lost his son. Gil lost his son. Watching them and the strength, and like all I could do is just wrap my arms around them. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different thing. I don't know if I would have been that strong as those brothers was. But I salute them. I got a lot of love for them. And the strength that they displayed was just something different, man. It was super different. Super different, bro.
Oh, respect.
Yeah.
So,
let's talk about the ring.
Moving forward, let's talk about the new improved Wiz Gamb.
Yes.
The Ring.
The Ring Music Group, man. This is probably the most fun I've ever had in music. This is the most fun I've ever had. And shout out to our leader in the Ring Music Group, Carvin, because he holds everybody accountable. Carvin holds everyone.
He's still staying in the mix, absolutely.
Yeah, he teaches us to keep our business straight. So we got our business straight. We did the Renegades, the American Master Series, the Renegade Series. We just did that. We scored 3 episodes. One of the members in the Ring, Steph, she has the lead single on there. The Renegade, I'm a Renegade song, which is doing phenomenal. We got merchandise. We also did the soundtrack for it. It's dropping at the top of next year.
Wow.
We got, if I just name some of the names we have on there, it's like,
give us a little sample, man.
Y'all gonna be shocked.
This is the untold.
Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. We got some very huge names on there. I'm trying to save it. Like I don't want to. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But
give us one name. This one.
I can't do it. I want to do it. I'll tell y'all behind the scenes.
All right,
I'll tell y'all behind the scenes. But I promise y'all, man, because when we say we ain't gonna, we keep it like, and we let it be a surprise. Like it's gonna shock everyone.
Wow.
And then some of the deals and situations that we have going on behind the scenes, like this is the perfect time for the Ring Music Group and the music culture. The way the music business is right now, it's perfect for us. Because it's time for new gatekeepers.
Right.
And I wouldn't even call us gatekeepers, but it's time for a changing of the guard.
New regime.
You feel me? It's time for music, our music, to be positive again. Gamble and Huff made millions of dollars off of positive music. People all over the world join hands on a love train. They had all these positive songs. You feel what I'm saying? Absolutely. Even they songs that might have been a tad bit different, like Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. Right. You feel me?
Classic too.
Stairway to Heaven.
Wow. That's my song.
Like they wrote these phenomenal records. You'll never find. Dun, dun, dun. Lou Rawls joints, like they got records, man. They got records, man. Wake up, everybody.
I was chilling with his son in L.A.
Khalif?
Lou Ross Jr.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. And we talked about that record, a few other things. So, yeah,
nice.
it was nice to hook up with him. But, yeah,
man.
Philly International, they was the Mecca.
Yeah, those are the guys we model our company off of. Like, before we started the Ring, we watched the Hitsville documentary. And we implemented everything that Barry Gordy and everybody at Motown did. They had like an assembly line. So our songs go through an assembly line. We rank the songs, like, would you spend your money on this record? Would you bet the house on this record? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's no, it go in that pile to get worked on. If it's yes, it go over here to this pile. So we doing some crazy things right now.
How do you guys maneuver through all of these artists? Because right now, in this time of hip hop, just music in general, the audience are artists now.
Yeah.
You know, how do you maneuver yourself? And plus now we got this thing where it's streaming platforms.
Yeah.
How do you make a buck off of that?
Well, we have our own distribution.
Okay.
At our company, 24/7/11 distribution. It's a digital distribution company. It's under the Ring, owned by the Ring. That and it's like something needs to be done with the streaming platform. Especially certain genres, certain companies, like, because you don't really make what you're supposed to make. And what Glorilla did by going straight to the consumer is going to shift the game. Before she let it go to all the DSPs, she put it out on her website, her new album. She put it out on her website and just gave people like different things, like a gold vinyl album, different things, merchandise, or whatever she did. But it drew all the attention to her. She made all the money first.
I tell artists that all the time.
Straight to consumer. And it's going to change the game, because right now, really, record companies are only like a bank. And then what they're signing now, what they're signing right now is totally different, bro. Like you gotta have what we have. Like we could do everything.
Right.
All we would need from a record company is something else, like just a partnership. Like we could do everything. We could make the music, we could build the artists, do everything. You feel what I'm saying? We don't need the record company really for nothing, but to partner up and put the machine that they have when we want to blow something up super huge. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like the business is changing now. You really got to have everything in-house. Everything. If you don't have people that can write it, produce it, you need stylists, you need content creators, because content is key. Content pushes the record more than the song. And for those who think radio doesn't count anymore, you're foolish. Radio still counts. You need radio. You can stream, but you still need radio. You still need radio. You need streaming and radio probably working simultaneously. You feel what I'm saying? I could teach a whole class on that right now. But you feel what I'm saying? We don't got enough time. But you need certain tools and certain keys that'll never go away.
Right.
That'll never go away. Never, ever, ever go away.
Do today's music, is it more easier for the artist to get exposed to the world?
They walk around with this in their hands. You see this? You can do whatever you want. You don't need a manager yet. You don't need anything.
Artist development?
You definitely, that's what you need. That's something that's missing.
Thanks.
That is missing. And because it's so easy to expose people to music, right? They forget that one key part. Artist development. I just watched Leo Cohen in an interview with Wallow. He said the stage exposes the fake, if you're a real artist or not. Like it's easy to do digitally. Like it's easy to make a song and hide behind a song. But the stage, if you ain't that character, why you think it's so many artists that come out now, right? It's so many artists that come out now, they're here and then they're gone.
Right.
Here, then they're gone. It's good for record companies because they can make all the money off of them. Oh, we'll find another one next week, another one-hit wonder. So it's all these internet sensations, right? So they look at these numbers, but nobody's really building catalogs now. Name one artist in the last 10 years that has a nice catalog. In the last 5 years, and in that last 2 years. Who has a catalog
50.
that's worth money? But 50, he's different. That's different. I'm talking about all the new artists that came out.
The new artists.
Besides Future, Drake. Besides Future or Drake, who has a catalog?
Now I could say Meek.
Meek has a catalog.
And he's
that's
still
worth
running.
money, and he's still running. Meek did the smartest thing. Meek is independent now. That was the biggest and smartest move for him, to become independent. You feel what I'm saying? Because he already got the name.
Right.
But you see certain things, right? They try to fight against him. And I ain't gonna speak on it a lot, but you could just see it when you got that type of power and that type of notoriety. They don't want you to have that. Because you get to make all the money. You cutting us out now. You teaching these people what to do. Tory Lanez, look at what Tory Lanez did before he went to jail. He like, I just shut this whole shit down. Made $7 million in one day.
The quarantine radio.
Yes. And when he released that project or whatever he released at that time, he killed them. He killed them. He sold them for like $1 or $2. He let people pay whatever they wanted to pay. Look at L.A. Russell right now. La Russell. I love what that kid is doing. He let people pay what they want to pay to come to his shows. And he go all around the country, all around the world, and set up these backyard shows. And kill it. Let his fans get on stage and rap with him. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So these guys are showing people like, nah, man, I'm gonna do it my way. And it's like, it's almost no need for a record company. Record companies still need to exist because there's certain things that you need from them. But it's guys showing them. Make yourself more valuable first before you go do business with the record company. You
ever dropped the ball on the artist by passing them up?
Have I ever dropped the ball? I'm going to say no, because everybody I said was going to go, they went. You feel what I'm saying? I always got an eye in the air. There's one kid that I used to work with, right? It's a kid that Jay-Z brought out on stage in North Carolina. So I did this album on him. Now, I had all kinds of situations for him. So this is what happens a lot of times. The people that think they know don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So we were supposed to partner up. His people that handled the business and me to go 50-50. I had a situation for him. And they thought that I was trying to do something crazy. Mind you, I wrote all the music, got all of my producers. You can't even really afford me. You ain't paid me yet, but I'm doing all this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? I'm doing all this stuff. And you don't want to do the proper paperwork so we could go 50-50 on this situation. So it's like, you know what? I'm cool. Situation hasn't been the same since I left. Put them on every major show, every stage, all kind of artists. I just looked at something today I got all kind of artists before the album dropped. I even had MC Hammer say what his album was. MC Hammer. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Legends in the game, just talking about him.
Who are we talking about?
His name is This Just In.
Heard of him?
Yeah, This Just In. So that kid is the kid that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So do we understand the dynamics of an artist messing with a record label? Do they need to mess with a record label?
I ain't gonna lie. I still like the fact of messing with a record label. Like, I still like it. I still like that type of situation. because like it's still a big part of the industry. Like I'm not opposed to dealing with a record label. I like both. I like being independent. I like being an artist.
Right.
Signed to a label. You feel what I'm saying? I like them both. But you get what you negotiate with the record labels, but when you're independent, you dictate what you get. Because you put so much in yourself and you're invested in yourself, and if your business is straight as an independent, you can tell them what you want. They got to meet you where you need to be.
Wiz, man, it was a pleasure, bro. Oh.
So what's next for the ring? What's next for you?
What's next for the ring? What's next for the ring is we have two guys by the name of Dom and Jesse. They have a project dropping. We have an artist by the name of Sonny. They're dope. We have Queen City. We have the soundtrack to the Renegade series is dropping at the top of the year, top of 2025. That's going to shock everyone. They ain't going to believe we pulled this off. But we got some huge names on there. The Examples podcast, my new podcast that's out.
Shout outs.
You feel what I'm saying? We just had a little viral clip happen and it's going down, man. Like, it's just a beautiful time, man. I'm having fun again. I'm having fun again with entertainment.
Right.
I'm having fun again. Like, I lost the love for it a while back, but I found the love again for it, especially dealing with my team, The Ring. The Ring Music Group, we are going to change the industry. And that'll be my final word. We're going to change the industry, The Ring Music Group. Remember I said that.
Now listen, when you change the industry, please don't forget us little folks over there at Untold.
Shout out Untold, man. It was a pleasure.